Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Recently I uploaded a gradient lip tutorial, and not that this eye look is supposed to coordinate with the lip look, but I was really inspired by the colors of that look to create it for the eyes. And so I came up with this look, so I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to use the Cetaphil Oil Control Moisturizer. And this doesn't really do much for oil control, but as long as the product doesn't make me more oily than I already am, it doesn't matter. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD foundation and applying this all over the face with my e.l.f. brush, which I really love the foundation, by the way. You can dab a bit of that foundation over your eyelids to prep for the shadows we're going to be using momentarily. I'm going to also take some of that foundation, apply it over the brows because I want them to be kind of subdued for this look. I'm using a matte white eyeshadow base. This is from NYX, and this is to be applied straight directly onto the lids. You can even apply a bit of that just underneath the brow bone. So you should have something that looks like that. I'm going to apply a shadow shield underneath just so we don't have to worry about too much fallout. The first eyeshadow I'm going to use is from my Sugar Pill. Which palette is this? This is the Sweetheart palette. Color is Dolly Pop. You're basically going to use this or any bright fuchsia pink. This color is first going to be applied on the outer corner of my eye by gently pressing. And then I'm going to start winging it outwards and working that color into the crease of my eye. So the line should look somewhat harsh. You can now take a blending brush and start blending that out just a little bit. I took a bit of concealer and a flat brush, and I wanted to create a harsh line effect there. So using that concealer and the brush, I'm just going to cut the crease area. I'm going to chop that off. See how I'm doing that? Chop, chop, chop. So you've got a harsh line there. You can also use some of that concealer to blend out those brows, to mute out those brows. Next, from my Burning Heart palette. Now, have no fear, if you do not own these palettes, you guys do know that these come individually sold, and you don't have to use Sugar Pill. You can use whatever color suits your little wildest temptations. And I'm going to take Flame Point or any matte orange eyeshadow, and this is to be applied directly on top of that pink, but only in the center. I'm just kind of pressing a bit of that on, and we'll stop it about right there. You can even kind of brush it on with the blending brush if you like, whatever's easier for you. It's basically going to be placed right above that pink in the center. I'm going to brush out some of that orange out of my brows. Should look like that. I then took Darling Pigment from Sugar Pill, which is a really fun seafoam green, one of my favorite pigments. And I applied this color on the center of my lid by patting and pressing, patting and pressing. I seriously love this freaking pigment. Like, I'm already blue obsessed, but this pigment just exceeds everything I need in a blue and so much more. Like, I would marry this pigment if I could. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. Once you get the amount of pigment you want on the lid, I'm going to use a matte yellow eyeshadow. This is Butter Cupcake from Sugar Pill. Again, any matte yellow will suffice, and this color is going to be applied on the inner corner of my eye and blend that into the blue. Make sure you get all the colors to merge in together. It will also help to go back in with the blue and pop a bit of that on top of the yellow so that the two look blended into one another, and it will look like that. To add liquid liner or not to add liquid liner, I don't know. I suppose we could. We're gonna pop some lashes in, so let's go ahead and add some liquid liner. What I'm gonna do is, see where that pink ends? That is where our wingtip will end as well. So it's gonna look like that. I know I messed up right there. I'll fix that. All right, I'm gonna add mascara, but since I have wacko lashes, I can't add too much. And I'm only gonna add them to the top lashes for now. Look how dope that looks on my lashes. Check that out. It's pretty dope, right? Alright, so the mascara has been applied to the top lashes only. This would be the time where you're going to go ahead and remove that shadow shield. Dust off any fallout, if any. Create a harsh line for the bottom eye area using that concealer cutoff method I showed you guys earlier. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply that concealer under the rest of my eye, because I need some coverage, girl. I need a little bit of coverage. So this next thing is something I've been dying to use. These are lashes by Sugar Pill. As you can see, there's a wonderful array of colors that we're gonna have fun with. So now I'm gonna just start placing random colors in there. There's yellow, some blue, some green, purple, just having a field day. I'm gonna add one more. Let's add a little bit more green and blue. And I think that's enough lashes for now. Shit looks crazy. That looks pretty crazy, right? Looks pretty crazy. The lash glue has got to dry. I'm gonna do the other eye, and then we're gonna finish up the look. How perfect does my hair go with this look? I mean, it's big, it's colorful, it's clown-like. Yay, just the look I was going for. I'm gonna take a bit of concealer underneath my eyes. I'm gonna contour a bit with a bronzer. This is from the CoverGirl, oh god. This is from the CoverGirl Queen collection. I'm gonna take a little bit of that orange eyeshadow we used earlier and a big brush like this one, the one that I used for my powder, and just lightly sprinkle some of that as a blush. Then I'm gonna take the clean side of the brush and kind of blur it out. Just want to add a little warmth there, but we don't want it to really look like blush. As for the lips for this look, I don't really know. I'm kind of at a loss. You can leave it as is. You can add a bit of, you know what, actually I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my NYX Indie Flick, add just a little bit of that, and then pop some concealer on top. And that, my friends, is the final look.